Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of the Mignon Show. I am your host, Mignon.
And I'm your co-host, Roz.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We are here each and every Monday at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the ultimate TV network, Vox Wave.
Vox Wave, baby.
We love it. We love it. Thank you so much for giving us another opportunity. We want to thank our awesome engineer, Mr. Ron, who always holds it down for us. And thank you to Mr. Ridge Gaskins for providing this platform for us. We cannot do this without you, and so we thank you. Also, guys, if you are, well, I know you're watching. If you're watching this on the replay or live, please subscribe to the channel.
Yes.
That way you can keep up with the Mignon Show and all the other shows that's here on the network. And also, if you're looking to host your own show, send me an email at voxwavesales@gmail.com.
Woo, that was a lot, right?
Wasn't it? Always so much to say, right? And also, we're here at the Mignon Show. We're looking for guests and sponsors and things like that. So if you have a business or a product, a service or something that you want the world to see, send us an email. You can email Roz
in the community at outlook.com.
or Mignon at MignonAnderson1@gmail.com, or even on any social media platforms. Please send us a message and we'll get that information over to you. And you can come and sit right here at this table. You can rock the Vox Wave stage. If you are an artist, if you are into poetry, we want it all. We want to be able to take your craft and everything what you're doing and introduce it into another form and people that's watching us.
Yes.
So today we have an awesome show.
Yes, we do. As always.
As always, yes. You can see these books right here. We have author Jenny Womack is in the studio. The title of this book is When the Soul Cries. Oh my goodness, this is a powerful title, right?
Yeah, that is. Like the title
speaks volumes,
the title
right?
itself speaks volume.
Yes,
because I know we all done had that moment.
Absolutely.
Or two or three.
Absolutely.
Maybe I'm just speaking for me. I don't know.
Absolutely speaking for me. I'm telling you, I love having a good soul cry.
Yes.
It's so refreshing and everything, you know. And we also have another special guest in the studio. She is going to bless the Vox Wave stage, so you guys definitely want to stay tuned in for that. So right now we're going to change gears and we're going to get into our weekly girl chat.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. So what you got, Roz? First of all, how was your weekend?
It was different. Usually it's blessed, booked, and busy, so it was still that. Mm-hmm. But my baby girl allergies was not feeling, so I kind of stayed in, kind of was low key. You know, God, family, community. That's my order. So family it was.
Man, allergies had everybody sick. Everybody was popping pills the whole weekend.
Oh my goodness, albuterol. She's on nebulizer, eye drops, nose spray, Claritin, like you name it, bug eyes, like everything. I mean, she's still so cute though.
We know that. We know that.
So I kind of did my mommy thing and stayed in a little bit this weekend. To make sure that she's.
I don't know what's going on here.
Because it's not necessary for her to be out on the weekend, but it's necessary for her to go to school.
Right.
So I needed to make sure she was good for the week at school. So she had a good day. Your weekend?
My weekend is good. I was still out celebrating with my sister. You know, my sister, she celebrates her birthday for the whole month of April. It's the beginning and she goes to the end. So still out celebrating her birthday. Also this weekend, also did a celebration of life for Greg Standback. He lost his life this weekend in a horrible motorcycle accident. So I just want to give my deepest condolence and a shout out to Shantia Standback. She has an awesome organization that deals with domestic violence in the youth, and you know, just praying for her strength to be able to get through that. She has definitely lost her life partner, her man of God, and everything. And so, you know, we just wish her enough strength to get through all what she has to go through. So other than that, I did nothing. I had a very relaxing weekend, and today I am here. I mean, as you can see, I got this hat on. I'm telling you guys, when I came in today, I didn't even think about no outfit or nothing today. I was at home relaxing with some family members and was cooking. I was just in my zone. And I was like, you know what, after I finish this, go to the station, do the show, and that's it.
I just care about waist up anyway, because that's all y'all see. I can have with pajamas for all they know.
I said I would not take no pictures standing up this week.
Nope, she gonna take a picture because when I was in here, she clowned me for looking like a old substitute teacher that day, and I didn't want to take no pictures. I had on, oh my goodness, even one of my students was like,
Crocs.
Miss Manny, why
she
you
got
got on
Crocs.
old lady shoes? So she gonna take a picture and I'm gonna post it, and she know I will.
I gotta do it. I definitely listen and follow my co-host all the time.
All right, so yes, in the news. It saddens me to bring this story, but we have to continue to talk about these things that are happening in our community, to continue to bring awareness to the things that's happening in our community. So in the news, as I was looking today, I found a story that comes out of Haines City, Florida, where a 30-year-old male, at the time when I got this article, they were still looking for him. Ernest, and I do not know how to say his last name, so I'm going to spell it.
No, we're not going to give him any credit.
No, they
for
looking
his
for
name.
him.
Oh, they still looking for him.
Yeah, that's why I'm giving his name. That's why I'm giving his name.
Oh, okay.
Yes, his name is Ernest, Cherizard. And again, the only reason I'm saying his name is because they're looking for him. So we need to, social media works wonders.
Absolutely.
So we're trying to find him. But he shot 23-year-old girlfriend. This is coming from the police, that he shot his 23-year-old girlfriend, her 6-year-old daughter, and his 23-year-old girlfriend mother. That's 3 generations that are gone.
Yeah, and it was so wild because he shot her. He shot the 6-year-old. The 6-year-old didn't die immediately.
Right,
she died 2 days later in the hospital. But her mother came to do a well person check on her. Came to the house, and he was still there, and he killed her mother when she came knocking on the door looking for her daughter. It was so heinous.
Story, like, I read the first part of it, and then I literally had to stop for a minute, and then I sent it to you to say this is what we wanted to talk about. Then I had to go back and read it because I had to be in a good space and be able to pray and get my mind right, because sometimes I take it all in and then I'm just emotionally drained. So I had to have my moment with God to be able to deal with this story and all the stories that we continue to hear with this domestic violence, with things that happen. I mean, my heart goes out. The mother of the 6-year-old Anima. So 3 generations lost their life. And I don't know the story. I don't even know why. But there's nothing that can be okay with taking somebody's life, you know? And a 6-year-old baby. This baby didn't have a chance to do anything.
Absolutely. And it was so heinous. And the article stated that the little baby girl was shot 3 times. Once in the head at close range.
Close range, yep.
And so, like, I don't know. Now, the little girl that he killed was not his child.
Right.
But he has 2 other children with the mother that he killed.
Yep.
So he didn't kill his children, but he killed somebody else's child, which was his girlfriend's daughter. And, that always seems to amaze me because, I have a personal story that happened to. One of my girlfriends was murdered and 2 of her children, but her husband at the time, he didn't kill his daughter, but he killed her 2 sons and her.
It's just sad.
It is sad.
It's just sad for all the families, because that family
it's torn apart.
It's torn apart in his family.
It's
like you said,
apart.
He has children also. So they're torn about. And like I said his name because when I read this article this morning, they have not found him yet. And they was looking for him. And I'm just like, my God.
And he went on Facebook and put a message out to his 2 children, apologizing.
Yes.
Basically saying that, he's sorry for what he did.
Daddy, I'm so sorry with all my heart, he wrote. I can't even explain what happened because I can't believe this happened, end quote. Now, this is a quote from the article, which I would definitely post on my page.
And also, there was a license plate number that they had gave that they was looking for a car.
Yeah, so I will find his license plate for you and give it to him. But they said he is believed to be armed and dangerous, so anyone is urged to call the police. Please don't be a hero or any of those things. Just do your due diligence if you see it. The investigate. Okay, it's a Nissan Altima with Florida tags GZNC82. Again, Florida tags GZNC82. to Nissan Altima, and again, that happened in Florida. So
yes, and absolutely, everyone, please be careful. They did say that he is armed and dangerous.
Yes.
He has already killed 3 people. He will have no question in harming you. We don't know what state of mind in, and
Right.
even he don't even know if he still want to be here, because in that letter to his children, he said whether he turns himself in or commits suicide. So you don't know the mind of the state of mind that he's in. So please stay vigilant. If you see the car, please call it into the
Yes,
police
please
and everything.
Please do.
And like Roz said, definitely a shout out and our deepest condolences go out to all families that have been affected by this tragedy.
Even like I said, and then I feel for everybody, and then his kids for him to send a message on social media. And you guys know how social media can be. There is positive and negative to social media. So my heart really bleeds for everybody in that family. Those children who had to learn about what their father has done and then deal with it. Because when the lights and cameras go out, they still have to deal with what's going to happen afterwards. So
absolutely,
we're definitely praying for everyone involved in that. Our hearts go out in Florida. Our hearts and prayers go in. So that is my in the news story today.
Absolutely. And I just want to say for anybody out there that's watching this broadcast, because again, very typical of the article when they were talking to other family members, no family member knew of any history of abuse with this couple. And so we just have to stay vigilant. We have to make sure that our family members, that they are doing well. Do well, people check up. Go surprise them and, pop up on them. See what's going on. You may catch something. And you may not, but just make sure that everybody is okay, and and always be that person, that voice, that someone can come to you, because we know if in domestic violence that it's that whole isolation thing, and so the abuser can be keeping the victim away from you intentionally.
Yep,
intentionally, and they are hiding it. So do a little bit more work, a little bit more investigation. If you got a family member who was always at all the family functions, very lively, and now all of a sudden they're very withdrawn, they don't want to do anything, that's a red flag. Something is going on. Something is going on. And I'm telling you, you better make it your business to find out what's going on.
And then my other thing to that is make sure that you're helping them in the way they want to be helped and not in the way that you want to help them. Because then I'm telling you, as someone going through, you can't help people how you want to help them. You need to meet them where they are to help them how they want to be helped, because your mind going a mile a minute of what you would do and things like that, but it's not about you at that moment. It's about the person and a person that need help. So don't talk about them before you talk to them. Talk to them and see what's going on.
Absolutely. And if you need any resources for anyone to be able to help you, to be able to start that conversation, you can call the domestic violence hotline number at 1-800-799-SAFE.
Yes.
That's 1-800-799-SAFE. You can call that number anywhere throughout the United States, and they'll be able to provide you resources in your community.
Yes. Yeah.
And we cannot say that enough. And even with April right now being Sexual Assault Awareness Month, a lot is going on, a lot of education and awareness. So, guys, just stay vigilant. And so my story of what I have today, it is in reference to a young girl. There's a new game, guys, on Facebook. And you guys probably have been seeing it, but it's called Anonymous. And what can happen is that anybody can ask you any question, and Facebook will never give their identity. And you do have a choice whether or not, if you share it publicly, it do go into your messenger to tell you what has been asked of you, and then you can answer it. But what happened in Illinois, there was a young girl. Her and her girlfriends, of course, the millennials, they already on it. They already playing the game and everything. And so what happened is that someone had sent something in reference to another woman and a man. So it started this big old confusion of somebody's man was dating someone else, and it spilled out off of social media into the streets, where this young girl was with a girlfriend of hers. She wasn't even the intended victim. She had nothing to do with who was messing with who. She just happened to be with her girlfriend, seeing these girls in the street, and she ends up getting stabbed in the neck.
Yes.
She ended up getting stabbed in the neck, and she dies. She got to the hospital and she died because of her injuries. Guys, I'm telling you guys, this here, all this back and forth, and who messing with who, and people stabbing and shooting and killing people over something, that I'm telling you, We got to do better.
We have to do better. And these games, like, I don't even understand all these games that happen, these Facebook games, these anonymous games, the YouTube games, and all these games that are killing our babies, killing our generation, killing our future leaders, our future presidents and doctors and platform. Like, I just don't believe these games that are coming out. My games that we played was hopscotch and double dutch.
Absolutely. We got outside, but you know, they don't get outside. Everything for them is on them TVs and all those electronics, and they into all these games. And it's so serious, and you know, and everybody's so angry. Everybody is so angry. And so when they was investigating the story with the young girl, they asked the other girl, you know, about it, and she said, well, she was with them. You know, as if, well, if you with them, we fighting, we all fight. We know how that go.
She had a straight up attitude.
Yeah, a straight up attitude like that. Well, she came to fight, and they kept on saying she didn't come to. They said she was a very prissy girl, a girly girl, that she wasn't into that. She was into getting her hair done and her nails done and being pretty.
Being a kid.
Yeah,
like
she wasn't even thinking about fighting. She never got into any of those types of things. And for her to lose her life over something like that, over a rumored story, because we don't even know if it's true.
No. 19 years old.
19 years old.
Beautiful girl. Dead and gone over some nonsense. Some games. If this is what games are, like, seriously, you guys need to look up the definition of a game. Because a game don't end with somebody being dead. Somebody, like, somebody's family mourning, somebody burying their child. That is not a game.
Somebody is burying their 19-year-old daughter, and you guys, you know that I know about that personally. And just to understand what that mother is going through, that she has to bury her daughter because of something somebody else. Burying her 19-year-old daughter, guys, this is real out here. This is real life. People losing their lives over nothing.
My God.
And we have to get, you know, we have to check in with our youth. Just check in and find out where their minds at, because you know we have this epidemic of bullying.
Yes.
And so parents also have to realize that your child may be a bully. Your child may be the one that's bullying, and you know, so on. So check in, find out what's going on.
Yes.
And stop saying that's not my child.
That's the worst thing to be like.
Not my child. You don't know.
I love all four of my babies. I don't know what goes on when I'm not in front of them. I'm not going to come to you and be like, not my child, you know, because I don't know. Like, I'm going to see what's going on. And another thing, as someone who has working in the school system, I feel like our children don't know how to deal with their emotion. They don't know how to deal with rejection.
No.
They don't know how to deal with their anger. They don't know how to deal with the things that's going on in their homes that they're taught not to speak about, you know, things like that. So this is what's happening. These are the things that they're resorting to, these games, or playing these anonymous games, or all these other stupid social media games that they had gone. Remember the Tide Pod Challenge?
Yeah, this crazy stuff.
Who would think of this stuff like, oh my goodness, please go jump rope? I wish somebody played double dutch with me.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, like, get back out and enjoy life and be a kid and be free. Like, my heart goes out to this family who's mourning their 19-year-old daughter. Beautiful girl. Like,
beautiful girl.
So beautiful. My heart goes out to the anger that our teenagers, that our children are having built up in their heart. We need a lot. Not a little, but a lot of more prayer. We really, really
do. A lot of prayer and a lot of love. We have to learn how to love on one another again, and stop looking at it just because that's not my child. It is your child. This affects us all. This happened in Illinois, but it affects us here.
Yes.
It affects me here. It affects me with other youth that I know, because if it happened in Illinois, it can happen in D.C. and Maryland.
Yep. It's happening here. Stop thinking that happens over there, or to that neighbor down there, or because this one household is what. No, it happens to everybody. The poor, the rich, the knowledgeable, like, it happens to everybody. Stop thinking that you're different or you're an exception to the rule, because you're not. And stop wanting to care only when it does happen to you. Yes. We are a community. We need to come together so that we can heal, and we're not healing properly. We're all divided, and I'm sick of it.
Yes.
And I'm about to go on a rant, so I'm gonna stop right now.
And that is true. So that's definitely a segue into asking you guys, you know, think if you got some time on your hands, think of being a mentor. Go out here to meet another child, to be able to give them something that, you know, maybe they're not getting at home, and maybe they are, but you know, they need more.
They need more.
Kids need a lot of time.
We all need more. I need more.
We all do. So, you know, give them that little extra oomph to be able to push them to success, and, you know, to even want to even have a successful life. Because a lot of times when you talk to children, like my class I teach over at Anacostia, you know, a lot of those children don't even believe that they're even going to be alive at 21. They already see themselves already off the face of the earth.
Look at that.
They don't have anybody pouring into them, and because of where they come from and the things that they're going through, they don't see life.
And that's sad.
As an adult, they don't see it. They don't believe that they're going to make it.
Anacostia is right down the street from anybody who's watching.
Yes.
Like, this is happening here.
Yes.
When our children don't even see that they're getting to 21. So they don't have no goals, no future, no nothing, because they just trying to make it day by day.
And that's why they don't care about taking you out.
Nope.
That's why they don't care about taking. They have nothing. They have nothing to lose.
We got to do better. As you guys know, that Mignon and I, Daughters with a Purpose, we have a mentoring program, and Mignon serves on the board as well. You won't believe how many kids coming to us that actually need mentor, but you won't even believe how hard it is to actually get a mentor.
We can't even get
mentors.
mentors.
We're all talking about it, that these things are happening, but we're not all talking about it for real.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it looks good when we talk about it, but we're not talking about
it.
You don't know how hard we work trying to place children to get mentors, so that we can't mentor a whole world of people. We can't do it. And when we try to get it, it's
like pulling teeth.
It's pulling teeth to try to get help. But you know we need the help, but you really don't want to help because it's not happening to you. It's happening to them all. So I'm going to pray. I really pray to God that it never happens to you or yours or anybody that you know.
Absolutely. So if there's anybody out there and you have been thinking about being a mentor to a male or female, please get in contact with us.
Yes.
We have children right now that's waiting on mentors, male and female.
Yes.
Right now they are waiting. Their parents are committed with you to help, you know, for the success of their children. You have a whole team of people that will be there to work with you for the success of these children. We just need able bodies.
Yes.
That this is something that you want to do. You want to be able to give back, to be able to help someone else come over that struggle that we have all been down that road.
Yes.
We've all been down that road.
We have.
So with saying that, we have come to our first break. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back. But when we come back, we're going to have our awesome guest, author Jenny Womack, at the table. So you are watching the Mignon Show. We'll be right back. and welcome back to the Mignon Show. I am your host, Mignon.
And I'm your co-host, Roz.
And as you can see, we have the beautiful author, Jenny Womack, at the table. Welcome.
Awesome.
Yes, guys, we definitely want to welcome her back to the Mignon Show. She is here. She's back as promised. When she was here in January, she said that her book will be coming out in April, and she wanted to come back before her book signing and talk about her book. And guys, it is here.
Boom, boom.
Oh my God. Oh my God. So what I'm going to do? Hello.
Hello.
You want me to call you Jeannie?
Jenny
Jenny Womack, because I be like Elder.
That's okay. I know too, but Jenny Womack can do.
Yeah, so welcome back.
Welcome.
Awesome.
It is a pleasure. It is a pleasure to have you here. So definitely, we're going to let Roz read your bio, and then we're going to get right into it.
All right. So Jeannie is a native of Louisiana. She lives in Maryland with her husband, James, whom she has been happily married to for 5 years. They have 6 adult children. This say 16 grandchildren. 16 grandchildren and 2 great-grandchildren. I had to like read that twice.
It's 3 now.
Oh, so now, okay. So 3 now great-grandchildren.
Yes.
Okay, 3 grandchildren. She's a wife, mother, and a mentor. She's serving her ministry alongside her husband in a local church in Charlestown, West Virginia. She enjoys fishing, traveling, and spending time with her grandchildren. I mean, that's a nice big family.
Yes.
That is a nice big family.
Yes, it is.
All right. Well,
Nice.
again, welcome.
Welcome,
Congratulations,
welcome.
because now you have a new grandchild.
Yes,
So
yes.
how old is your new grandchild?
2 months.
2 months.
Wow.
Oh,
Going
right.
on 3 months. I'm sorry. Going
Wow.
3 months. Okay,
Awesome.
okay. Well, you had a lot of practice, so I know you are. You are great at doing what you're doing.
So Jenny, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, like you said, I'm from originally from Louisiana.
Okay.
By way of New Orleans, in a little town called Amite, Louisiana as
Gumbo
well.
at?
Yeah.
There's no gumbo in here.
I have to get you some.
Yes, yes.
Actually, I lived in Georgia 17 years.
Okay.
Just been in just loving life, loving the Lord,
Okay.
loving my
Amen.
children. Just been in ministry for years and years and years and years. And so when you guys was talking about mentoring, I know what that's about. Even trying to get people to do it. You're right. So basically, like I said, I've been married, enjoying the life.
Oh, right.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just want you to make sure you went on record here that she said she's gonna bring some gumbo.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna get that. We're gonna get that gumbo. We're gonna get that gumbo. And we know she know how to make it. So yeah, we definitely want some. We definitely want some.
Yes, y'all heard that live.
Exclusive. So Jeannie, what made you want to become a writer?
Actually, I didn't. Can I say that?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I mean,
keep it real, because
keep it
listen,
real.
you got a lot of people out here who's thinking about that, but they don't know. Well, should I or shouldn't I? You know
Exactly. that. I didn't really. I've always told you ought to write. You ought to write. Mainly because people knew my story. They knew my testimonies, and so people would always say, you know what, you have an awesome story. You ought to write. But it never really, dawned on me. I would always journal. I noticed that all the time. I always journal everything. And so the way it came about was just meeting my awesome mentor, Adrian Bell. When I called her, it wasn't to write a book. It wasn't really. It was something totally different. And as I began to talk, about myself, she says, "You ever thought about, writing a book? And she says, "Why don't you join me?" She said, I'm getting some ladies together, and we're doing this movement called the Fearless Storytelling Movement. And she said, I think your story should be heard. So I began to do that, and that's how it happened. And so.
See how you call for one thing, but God had a whole different plan.
A whole other thing.
Different plan. You think you're doing one thing, but He like, no, that's not what I had for you to do. This is what I had for you.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Blessing.
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
So give us some little snippets from this awesome book.
Well, the book is just that. It's awesome. It didn't take us long to come together, and when it happened so fast. And the 17 ladies that's in the book is awesome. It's phenomenal. And it's just what it says. I'm just grab one here. It's just what it says. When we talk about trauma, tears, and triumph, that's just what it is, you know. So I'm not going to give the story away because I want you guys to buy it.
That's
Absolutely.
right.
Absolutely.
Support.
JennyWomackSpeaks.com, and you can get you an order. Amen. You can get your book, place an order. But I can say this, that the book is awesome, and because I can read you, I'll give you some ideas of some of the titles.
Yes.
Give you some little titles here. We have I Think I Hate My Husband, The Rebound Chick, The Temporary Fix, High Price Tags, and mine is The Woman with the 5 Husbands. That's me. I'll Cry Later, From the Pole to the Altar.
Wow.
She Didn't Approve. So this book is wife on paper. You know,
Oh
so
my
it's
goodness.
awesome.
No, that's some good titles.
Just know, Unlegally Married. And so the book is actually written by 17 phenomenal women who have gone through and triumphed. And is able to tell the story. And the book is not about us just telling our story. It's not about that. It's not about, I just want to tell my testimony. No, it's all about letting someone know that, you don't have to keep your mouth shut. You don't have to keep that pain inside.
Right.
Take the muzzle off, as we would say in the Fearless Storyteller, and begin to get set free.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it's healing in that pain, and it's healing when you share your testimony. Like, it may not be your testimony is going to be shared in a book. It can be you just verbally having a conversation with another sister. But I believe that God has placed us in all our different journeys, and we supposed to speak about the journey, because there's people coming behind us that their journey may mimic ours, and they need that strength so they can continue.
Yep, I agree.
So it's very important, and I just love the title of you guys' book. Give us a title again.
When the Soul Cries.
When the Soul Cries.
We know that.
And
that just makes me think of a release. Something being released or refreshed. Once you be able to tell your story and it resonate with your soul, it's freeing.
Yeah, it's healing.
Yeah, and it frees you. It frees you from all that guilt, all the shame, all the baggage that you have been carrying around for Lord knows how long with these stories inside of us. And so it's like that pen or that typewriter becomes like a magic wand, right?
Power in the paper.
It becomes like a magic wand.
It's power in that paper.
It is powerful. And since the book have been released, we've gotten so many good testimonies and so many people saying, we want more. Because a lot of us did not tell, our whole story. So we do have more books coming out. But I just thank God that it's a tool to be able to minister to other women and men, alike too. And it's not about woe is me. And that's what I like about the book too. We're not writing this book to say, oh, look at me, look what he did to me, or look what happened to me. Because some of the things in the book we did to ourselves.
Come on now.
Let's
talk about that.
Some of the things that we did, we were disobedient. We did what we wanted to do, when we wanted to do it. And it put us in a place that we didn't think we were going to end up, but that's where we ended up.
Yeah.
So we had to turn around, said, you know what, God, I repent, made a mistake, keep it moving. Then we did it again.
Right.
So you hear a lot of repetitive things, that happens in our lives because of our disobedience. When God says go right, we want to go left, and so we have to end up whatever is left. Whatever we meet up with,
it's consequences on that left. You can go right or left, but when you go out of the will of God in you, because God is a God of your own free will, He lets you do that. But you have to understand is that, okay, God say, okay, it's like you being on a chain and you take that wrong turn. There's consequences on that road, and eventually you ain't gonna have no more chain to move forward. And so we have to understand that with those consequences of not listening to God, a lot of times we have to end up repeating that stuff over and over again.
It's consequences.
It is, and once you make those mistakes, and you feel like you're stuck, and so many women now, because they are in a situation and because they feel like they won't be loved by anyone else. So they feel like they're stuck in a situation. They're stuck with the abuse. You know, they're stuck with them being mistreated, and put down and talked about, or their identity totally stripped from them. You know, making them feel that nobody else loves them. With me, I could totally say that basically my life was just looking for love in all the wrong places.
Right.
You know.
Been down that street.
You know, and coming to realize to know who I am, number one, and that's where I felt like the enemy messed up. He fooled around and allowed Jenny. He didn't
allow you to get connected to the source.
Find out who I am. You know? And once you do that, you won't take any more counterfeits. You won't take anything else that God does not bring to you. And I'm not trying to be religious. I just have a relationship with my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So,
Absolutely.
And I won't take that back because that's what got me through. That's what made me realize that, hey, you know what? I have a purpose and a plan for you, and this is not it. You know, so if you take the time to listen to me and do what I tell you to do, you'll find out your purpose and your plan for your life.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
So I just that's one of the things I tell people is just, you know, listen to the voice of the Lord, but mostly saying, you know what, God, even if I didn't know you, God, you know, I like the fact that even if I really didn't know him but knew of him, still, you know, he was there, and he still was guiding me without me even knowing.
Not even knowing
me
he
out
was
of
there.
dangerous situations, you know.
That's why I love that footprints prayer that they have in the picture. Yes, the footprints in the sand. When I first read that, like, that was so powerful. Is that when you think that when, you know, you're at your worst in your life, that place where you think everybody has forgotten about you, and you even sometimes feel like God has forgotten you, that God has walked away. And those footprints was just so powerful. The guy was like, well, at my worst time it was only one set of footprints, and he assumed that they were his. And God like, no, that's when I carried you. Those are my footprints. That is a powerful.
You used to see it at everybody's house. You used to see it at everybody's house.
Yes, that's powerful. And that's what we have to understand. And I believe, like, in this life that we're here to live, is that we have to have our spiritual connection first and foremost, because that is going to be our tool to get us to everything. I was even talking with a cousin of mine. She had been in the hospital for a year and a half. She had to have open heart surgery. And so I was just talking with her and just hearing how with her, even at that time in her life, she had died 3 times while she was in the hospital. And just to talk about the stories that she had of the relationship between her and God in that room. And I said, you know what, that just further confirms for me that it doesn't matter what's going on in life. You gotta be connected to God. That's the only thing that's gonna pull you through. Nothing else will matter. And I was even reading Ecclesiastics the other day. God had woke me up and took me to the book of Ecclesiastics, and he brought that same thing to my attention too. It was saying in there that the world and the life that we live is meaningless. That all of this means nothing if you're not connected with God, with the Spirit of the living and true God. It's meaningless. And so we so busy running around in life, being so busy and caught up with the wrong things. And that's when we get out of alignment with who God is and what he needs for us to do. So we have to get back with that. We have to get back in line with God, right? And doing things for purpose. It's about purpose.
And not your purpose, but his purpose.
So that's why it's so important for us that we have to be connected to the right mates. Because it's about purpose. And when we don't do that, they get us off track. Because I know I have missed a few years of doing what I'm supposed to be doing because I'm doing something else, right? Being attached to those wrong mates. And you got to realize they there by assignment too.
But you know what I like about God is that, you know, what we don't realize, God said, I knew you before you was formed. So nothing takes God by surprise. Nothing at all. No matter what we do in life, no matter how many, you know, what we do, how many men we had in our lives, whatever, none of that takes God by surprise.
Right.
So that's what I had to go back and look at and say, God, you knew this was going to happen to me. You knew this was going to happen to me. So, you know, God, so out of this situation, what are you trying to teach me?
Yes.
And so I stopped saying, you know what, Why me? Why me? Why me? So I started saying, why not me?
Yeah.
Why not me? You know, and I know in one of my book, I quote in my book, I used to always say, here I go again. And I stopped saying that. I started saying, well, God, here I grow again. Because out of each situation, I grew, and it took me higher. It took me higher no matter what. But I just had the sense enough to dust myself off and say, God, you know what? I'm still in your hands.
Right.
Because you knew this was going to happen, And you know everything about, the number of hairs that's on my head. But I also got to know that you said that you know the plans that you have for me. So I had to understand that and begin to understand the plans that God had for my life, no matter what.
I like that. Here I grow again.
I like that too. I like that too. And you just basically asked my next question. I was getting ready to ask you, could you tell us a little bit about the book and why it's a must read? But I think you already just gave that to us right there of why it's a must read. This book right here, I'm telling you, I could just feel it, the energy from the book, and as you talk, that this book is definitely going to be life-changing for a lot of people throughout the world that need these stories and everything, and to understand that, we all believe in life after abuse, and that it could be a beautiful thing. There is marriage, there is life, healthy relationships, but we have to learn how to be in healthy relationships. And you have to be willing to put in the work. You just can't say, oh, this is what I want. You have to put in the work for that healthy relationship. You have to put in the work for that. It does not come easy.
Yes, I'm testimony, living proof to that. Like I said, when you read the titles, the title spoke to me, just the different, layers of it. When you said something about like the side one, I think it said the side chick or something. The side chick in there. We talk about wife on paper, marriage on paper, and things like that.
Yes.
Those different steps.
I am excited to read
my
book.
I might have to take her book.
I am excited.
But I want to read that now because I want to read a couple of those chapters in there. So that is, and 17 women came together to do that. So that is amazing also.
Under the leadership of our awesome Adrienne Bell. I just want to give a shout out to her. She's phenomenal. Awesome.
Shout out to Adrienne Bell, the visionary.
Awesome. Yes.
The visionary with this awesome book and this project. Thank you so much, sis, for being so obedient to God, because we know this is God ordained. And we thank you for being obedient and getting these awesome women to put this together. I mean, I don't put nothing on the level of a Bible, but I'm just feeling that in my spirit because it's about being life-changing. When you read it, it's supposed to change your life. You're supposed to do something different. And I'm feeling that from this book. So, wow, this is a powerful book.
Trauma, tears,
this is a very powerful book. A very powerful book. It's going to bless many.
We're getting so many testimonies. You said something's going to be all over. It's already in Paris.
So
oui.
I'm about to say the same.
So, and I'm not going to spill the beans on everything because y'all need to come to my book signing.
Yes.
But give us that information.
Yes, I definitely will. Actually, it's going to be at Kingdom Life Cathedral Ministries, and it's at 551 Willow Spring Drive, Charlestown, West Virginia. But you can also go to JennyWomackSpeaks.com. And you can also, on that, if you want, you can become a VIP as well.
VIP. I like VIP status.
I love VIP.
You can have that VIP experience with us. We're going to have a phenomenal time, an awesome time. Q and A, it's going to be like no other. It's going to be awesome. I think I can't pass this up. I'm just thinking, just giving thanks to our very own Apostle Sterling Porter, Dr. Yvette Porter, our leaders who is phenomenal there at Kingdom Life Cathedral. And when you have a pastor, your leaders who believe in you and believe that God has a purpose and a plan for your life and takes you and push you to that next level and give you the opportunity to soar, with the purpose. So I just want to give honor to them because if it wasn't for them, I tell you, the things that God has done in the ministry for us has been phenomenal. So I just want to, give honor to them tonight for allowing us to be there on the 27th.
Absolutely. Yes. Definitely a shout out to them. Thank you so very much.
Surround yourself by people.
You really do. You really do.
People doing great things, help you help them like you have to do. And it sounds like you have a lot of positive people, phenomenal people in your circle. So that is amazing. So shout out to everybody that she named, and congratulations to all 17.
Yes.
I cannot wait to read this book.
And we wish, we don't do no wishing, we just do a lot of praying. But I pray that this book goes around the world and it just sells, and it million, billion, $1 trillion sales, whatever it does, is that so we can be able to, absolutely, be able to further do the work that the Lord have them to do. So guys, please get this book. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break. And we're going to come back. We have some live entertainment in the studio. So we'll be right back. You're watching the Mignon Show.
2018, I personally helped several people reclaim their healthy lives with a ketogenic lifestyle. Together with our team at Wakaya Perfection, we have helped over 4,000 people struggling with weight loss, burn off unwanted fat naturally, control hypertension, type 2 diabetes, and high cholesterol with our Beulah Fit Keto Fuel Shake and high-impact ginger and turmeric. Contact me for yours. Buttons about that ketolife.mywakaya.com. That's BUTTONSBOUTTATETOLIFE.MYWAKAYA.com or call 202-875-3926.
This is a keto-friendly diet, and weight loss expectation is approximately 1 to 2 pounds per week. Individual results can and will vary.
Business owners looking for a place to advertise your business and promote your products and services? VoxWave is the right place. We have over 10,000 views a day and 70,000 listeners a month. For more information, contact Reg Gaskins at 240-832-4455.
VoxWave now features a streaming radio media player on our website's front page, where local artists can get their music played 24/7. For more information on getting your music in rotation or to perform live at our studio, contact Reg Gaskins at 240-832-4455.
Android users, the VoxWave app is now available in the Google Play Store. Download the app today on your Android device to listen in and view programs.
Oh, let's get into it, y'all. Y'all a little quiet out there, I don't know. Somebody told me Kansas know how to party. I'm starting to question that. The Kansas still right. Happy birthday, Latrina.
You're back live on the Mignon Show with Mignon and Roz and the amazing, beautiful Jeannie. But listen, we have some you never know what goes on in the Mignon Show. Anything. Don't come in here telling us you can do something, because we're gonna put it out there. We're going to let everybody know you can do it. So we have the beautiful and talented Alkia Wilson in the studio for us. Woo! And she is about to bless us, so I'm not going to take up her time because I want to hear her. So welcome.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. I'm a praise and worship leader at Kingdom Life Cathedral Ministries, and I just love the Lord, and I'm a true and living testimony that God can do anything. And just like you play your favorite breakup song when you break up with a man and you need something, I believe that God has the same power in his music. Amen. So I'm going to worship with you. Amen. They got me here, and I've come to worship. Amen. You drop me somewhere, that's what I do. Alrighty, so I just want to give praise and honor to God for everything that he's done, because I always get myself into a mindset. You called me out upon the waters, the great unknown, where feet may fail. And there I find you in a mystery. Oceans deep, my faith will stand. And I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. embrace, for I am yours, and you are mine, for I am yours, and you are mine. I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace, for I am yours, and you are mine. So Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me, and take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith would be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. Que tu espíritu me guíe sin fronteras, más allá de las barreras, a de donde tú me llames. Y tú me llevas más allá de lo soñado, donde puedo estar confiado al estar en tu presencia. And I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace, for I am yours and you are mine.
Woo! That was awesome.
Yes.
That was awesome. Akia, was you singing a little bit in Italian?
That is Espanol.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah,
I knew it was
that's
something.
Amor. And I knew that. I knew Amor, and I was like, oh, that's Spanish.
Is that Italian? You know, I don't know.
That was beautiful.
That was beautiful.
And then when she hit that Spanish in there, I was like, wait a minute. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness. You never know who's around you guys. People have so many gifts and talents. She was just sitting in here. She came in to support Jeannie, and she said that she sings, and you know good and well we going to put you on the spot.
Don't come up in here telling us what you can do.
We're going to have a platform for you. Oh, my goodness. That was so beautiful.
Your voice is so beautiful. And like I said, when the Spanish came in, like I said, I knew one word in there from Spanish. I was like, oh, that's Spanish. And when I heard that, I was like,
is that Italian?
God speaks in all languages. Amen.
How many?
God speaks in all languages.
Oh, that's right. Amen.
That's right. Amen to that.
Amen.
But that
we
was
do a lot of Hispanic ministry, my husband and I. So.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful to come and bless us with that beautiful song, to get up and use the gift God gave you. Like, you know, some people be like scared and shy. She was like, whatever you want. Whatever you want me to do. And I was just like, oh, okay.
But that's how you know people that's walking in their purpose. You know that people walk in their purpose. They're never scared to do what they have to do. No matter how scared on the inside you may feel, because you be terrified on the inside, but that yes always comes out.
That was beautiful.
That yes always comes out. Woo,
you saw that live on the Mignon Show.
Yes.
Beautiful. Oh my goodness.
So Akia, how can they get in contact with you? Are you on social media to follow you?
Yes, you can look me up on Facebook, Akia Wilson Music. On Facebook, Akia Wilson Music.
Do you have any albums out?
Actually, see, the site's been down. Because I had to go through my soul crying. Mm-hmm. Amen.
Amen.
But God brought me through and through my triumph. Amen. But because God is a healer and God is a deliverer and God is awesome.
Yes, He
like
is.
that. So I will actually be ministering at Jenny Womack's book signing. I'll be premiering my first single that will be released hopefully in December.
Oh, wow. Yes.
And I will be there ministering, and hopefully my concert will be sometimes next year, in the next coming year.
We will be there.
Yes,
we will be there.
Back in the studio, God is providing, and He's making a will and a way. Amen.
Yeah, I'm going to throw this out there. We may have to have a little mini concert here on the Mignon Show with Miss Ikea.
I'll bring my piano next time.
For piano. We're going to do this.
That's how we do it up in here.
The piano's already here?
We
told it. We already got a piano in the studio.
We got the keys for you, baby.
The percussionist. So.
Look at that. Family is working together. Husband and wife doing this thing together.
So make sure they have your, Lord have mercy, social media platforms one more time.
You can find me on Facebook, Ikea Wilson Music. And you can also find me right on Sunday mornings, every Sunday morning at Kingdom Life Cathedral Ministries, located in Charlestown, West Virginia.
Awesome. Y'all see we got West Virginia in the house tonight. Okay, so Miss Jeannie with you, we want to make sure before we go that you give them the information for the book signing and also how they can contact you on all social media platforms.
Okay. Well, like I said once before, we're going to, if you go to JennyWomackSpeaks.com, you actually can go on and not only do a book order, you also get and become a VIP as well. Everything is on there, but it's Kingdom Life Cathedral Ministries at 551 Willow Spring Drive, Charlestown, West Virginia. So I look forward to seeing you there. We're going to have an awesome time. We'll have door prizes, giveaway, but most of all, we're just going to have Q&A and just really, really releasing some good stuff in the atmosphere. The storytellers, we're going to have just other storytellers will be there coming from Texas and different areas. So we're excited about that. But we're mostly excited about changing lives.
Absolutely. That's what it's about. Changing lives.
Healing from the inside out.
Absolutely. There you go. There you go. That is it. So, Jeannie, I have one more question for you. If there was anything that you can be able to share with our listeners today from even the process of you doing the book, something that you may found out about yourself while writing this book, if there's something that you would like to get across to the listeners right now?
Well, you said something earlier that when you begin to write, what I found out that when I began to write that I still needed some healing because certain things sometimes I had to push, just shut down or push away and say, God, you know what, help me to forgive that person, help me to release that person, and within my heart and my mind, because as you begin to write and you think some things you think you forgot or certain things, but you bury it, and some things you bury alive, you think, and it comes out. So I would say this. The main thing I would say, don't be afraid to do it. Don't be afraid to begin to write your story, because everybody has a story to tell, and somebody's waiting on to hear your story, because somebody needs to be set free. Because so many times in our lives, me growing up in the country town and Little Bethel Baptist Church, I think I can say the church, that's okay. With my grandmother and everything. If something happened in the church, if it was bad, if it was something, if an uncle touched you, or brother touched you, whatever the case may be, that was a hush-hush moment that you couldn't say nothing. You can't tell nobody. Not realizing keeping all that stuff in really damaged you for life. It hurts your relationship. It hurts you with getting into a relationship. So I would say, release it and begin to talk to somebody. Begin to tell somebody your story. Most of all, so you can be set free.
Absolutely. That is powerful. And guys, we talk about it all at the time, is that forgiveness is key. You will never be able to move forward until you let the people off the hook that have harmed you, who have done things wrong to you, and also let yourself off the hook. Forgive yourself for everything that has happened to you, to understand that it was not your fault, and no, you did not deserve that. It's just something that has happened. But there is life after all of that, only if you heal properly. You have to heal properly, or less you wake up 20 years later, 30 years later, asking, who am I? Why did I, how did I allow myself to fall into like this bottomless pit? And to feel sorry for yourself and all those things that we know that mentally we cannot handle. It just pushes you into a depression. And, people don't even know that they can be in a lifetime of depression. You can carry depression for a lifetime.
Yes, yes.
So you have to get free. And like how Jeannie said, a lot of things we suppress. We think that we have gotten over it, but we have not until something triggers it. Because all those things lay dormant until they are triggered. But what's the difference between you and someone else who have dealt with that is that they have tools now to help them with their triggers. We still have triggers. We still go through things. We still get irritated, annoyed, all those emotions we still deal with. But now we have tools to be able to deal with those triggers and those emotions. That's the only difference in what success looks like after all the trauma you have been through.
Yes, and you guys know that this month is Sexual Assault Month, Awareness Month. So we want to give you the number to it, which is a national number, so you can dial it anywhere. It's 1-800-656-4673. Please use the number. Please use all the resources that we give you to deal with whatever it is that you need to deal with. Hurt people. And if you don't deal with the issues that you have, they will end up dealing with you. So
Amen.
We want to prevent that. If you guys need anything from me, I am Roz in the Community on Facebook. You can always reach out to me. Email the same thing, Roz in the Community at outlook.com. Resources, information. I'm definitely here to help you along in this journey.
And I can be reached on Facebook and Instagram at NBA Speaks. You can also go to my website at nbaspeaks.com to keep up with me and everything that I have going on. Again, we are here each and every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the Ultimate TV Network, Vox Wave.
Sweet baby.
And we are looking for guests, guys. So if you would like to come, we're looking for guests right now for May, June, July.
August, September.
we are taking them, so definitely shoot us an email. You can shoot us a message on social media and let us know that you're interested and let us, come on the show, tell your story. So we want to thank you so much. We want to thank you, Jeannie, again for joining us. Thank you so much to IKEA. That was a blessing. Thanks again to Ron, our engineer, who always keeps us going in the studio. Thank you again to my co-host Roz.
And my host Mignon.
So we want to thank you guys for watching again, and until next week, definitely guys, peace and blessings.
We love you all.
Thank you so much for joining.
We gonna start them all smooth. If this is your first time seeing Belladonna, y'all know we started all smooth because we got a whole nother set of party. Hey, all the cancers in the building, yeah. Who got a birthday out here tonight? Oh, I just got a bunch of grown folks coming out ready to party. All the grown folks that just here to party, make some noise for me, y'all. Hey, give me a little more else, yeah. Yeah. And a little more high, yeah. I got you, baby, yeah. Sheena, I see you. I can't believe I believed everything we had would last. So dumb and naive to believe that with me you're a changed man. Silly of me to dream of day having your kiss. Love is so blind, it feels right when it's wrong. I can't believe I fell for your sins. I'm smarter than that. So dumb and naive to believe that with me. Hey, silly of me to compete when you cheat with loose women. Took me some time, but now I am strong. Because I realized I got myself and it's all I got in the end. It's what I found out. And there ain't no need to cry. Think about it.